years old.
Against Isaiah Williams, the 6'7" junior. And Portis wins the tip. This is the senior Rashad Madden. He runs the point for these Hogs, who are off to a sensational start.
Iona unique defensively. They play man, they play zone. Sometimes they'll switch within the same possession.
Balls in the corner, back to Madden. Madden gets blocked from behind by Williams, and here come the Gales. There's the first three-pointer just like that from the freshman Casimir.
You might want to find him. He threw in 8 threes in their recent game against Delaware State.
Antoine Bell misses his first attempt from behind the arc. With the left hand off the glass, no less, David Lowry. That was a solid move.
Most teams come into Bud Walton Arena, Doug. They want to slow the tempo and bring the pace down. Don't expect that from Iona. They want to play fast. They want to shoot quick.
Portis misses his first shot of the night. English is their leading scorer. A.J. English wears number 5. Hasn't taken a shot yet. There's the first steal by the Hogs. Madden to Bell. Portis with the follow. So Bobby Portis off to a much quicker start than the other night when he sat down quickly with 2 fouls in the first minute of the game.
And I really thought it was a big step from Mike Anderson's team. Bobby Portis only has 6 points. They only get 8 points on points off turnovers. And yet they hang 89 and win by 17. But you see, Iona is not going to relax. They're going to come right back and try to shoot quickly.
Balls from the corner. Again, A.J. English hit that last 3. And look at Casimir, the freshman. Lowry up and under, and he will go to the line and shoot 2. Antoine Bell gets called for his first foul.
David Lowry is an outstanding story for Iona, the preseason player of the year in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. Lost 25 pounds over the summers, improved his range. And talking to their staff earlier today, one of the reasons he's improved his range is late in the Manhattan game in the championship last year of the MAC conference, he gets stuck with the ball and has to shoot a 3 in the last possession. He missed it. They lost the game. He doesn't want that to happen again.
So just like that, the Gales are up by 5. Arkansas ranked for the first time since 2007. They went on the road early this week and won at SMU as Williams scores his first bucket.
And you see one reason Williams has maybe replaced Harris in the starting lineup. He's a more versatile scorer. Nice slashing finish on that play.
Falls snares that rebound. One more look from the lefty. That wouldn't go. Bell comes up with a loose ball. Second steal for these Hogs. Portis steps back. That ball gets batted out of bounds. Crowd reacts as Bell hits the deck.
And nice job by Madden getting in the paint. Williams with a little sidestep, Euro move, and then the finish. Mike Anderson very high on Williams and his growth. He says the game has slowed down for Ja'Cory Williams, and because of it, he's playing much more efficiently and effectively for Arkansas.
Hogs are only 2 for 10 so far. Uh-oh, that goes down. Counted a chance for a rare 4-point play. Now 3 of 11 from the field. That tied it up.
Well, the leading three-point shooter in the SEC. He banged 4 Friday against North Texas. You have to know where he is at all times. Late on the challenge by Iona. Bell able to knock it down and get a free one.
Isaiah Williams, his first foul for the Gales. So the lead now for the Hogs at the 17:09 mark. There's the pressure after the made basket or the made free throw. Williams loses it. Another steal for the Hawks. Falls. Portis. Awkward shot for the big man, and that goes out of bounds. It'll stay the way of Arkansas.
Iona wants to play at a fast pace, just like Arkansas. The call gets reversed. Now Iona ball. Arkansas is on a 6-0 run, getting the pace that they want, but they're doing it with 10, sometimes 11 guys. Iona basically doing it with 6 players, 3 of which play over 30 minutes a game.
Tough shot. Lowry really banging inside, and he lays it down. What a good-looking player David Lowry is, the senior out of East Orange, New Jersey. 6 points for Lowry. Williams knocks it down. Ja'Cory Williams, his second bucket of the day. Junior from Birmingham, Alabama. Went to Central Park Christian. They're one of those programs that plays the national schedule. English just broke down the defender. A.J. English, leading scorer at 25 a game.
You've got to keep him in front. You've got to guard the first 2 dribbles against a great scorer like English. Williams didn't do it. He got by him.
Again, English super smooth. You really have to get up in the face of these Iona shooters. Lowry, another offensive rebound. Lowers the shoulder, and he will go to the line and shoot 2. That foul on Anthlon Bell, his second.
Ja'Cory Williams getting a start today and responding by saying, "Thanks, coach."
Get to a better state. Iona on top of Arkansas 11-10. Mike Anderson is wired tonight, literally wearing a microphone. You see it on his tie, part of our SEC Wired series. And several times throughout today's game, we will hear some audio from Mike.
Behind the scenes, go inside the Razorback huddle. Watch the game through a coach's eyes. You know, David Lowry at the line had a mismatch on the offensive rebound. Arkansas switched, Doug, and then that left Bell, much smaller player, and Lowry was able to get the offensive rebound and draw the foul.
Lowry comes up with another loose ball, and from the corner, the 3 does not go for Williams, and there's Williams with a steal. English shoots quickly. Oh, he knocks down his second 3 of the game. Dangerous outside shooter, A.J. English.
A.J. English is the kind of dangerous shooter. You got to fly at him, get him off that 3-point line. Even if you let him drive the basketball and get close to the rim and try to make a play on it in the paint, do not let him get open looks with his feet set.
Iona now on an 8-2 run of their own. And Williams thought Portis was going left. He went right. And there's a turnover for Arkansas. The Gales.
Iona banging the 3 after the turnover. Transition turnovers almost always lead to something negative. That one led to a 3 for Iona.
Lowry inside, and he traveled before he went up, shuffled those feet. 4 turnovers for the Gales. Again, Iona in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, and that includes teams like Niagara and Iona, Siena, Canisius, Monmouth, Fairfield, Ryder, Manhattan, Quinnipiac. It's a good league, a really good basketball. Really a one bid league, Quinnipiac. And Williams will knock that down. They love their basketball. Iona did not seem intimidated by the least coming into this Southeastern Conference environment. Up and under, and that rattles home. Kelvin Amayo, his first bucket of the day.
Amayo coming off a couple surgeries on his knee. Didn't look like it was bothering him on that move. Good job taking advantage of the baseline, using the basket for protection and finishing on the other side.
Watkins can't get that to go. Portis trying to keep it alive. And Isaiah Williams gives off to Amayo. Back to Lowry. What a terrific give and go that was. It's a 7-point lead for the Gales.
Amayo, a big physical wing, and Lowry showing the ability to run the floor, finish in traffic.
There's a big turnover. And a foul on Madden on the breakaway. He helps Kelvin Amayo off the floor.
Well, creating defense off, or offense off their defense, excuse me. Amayo in transition. The big fella, Lowry running the floor. The recipient of that good D. And one of the things that Iona does with their defense, a little different than Arkansas, who's pressuring you all the time. Sometimes they're going to switch defenses up, play some zone, change the looks in their zone. and try to confuse teams. And the last few possessions, Arkansas has been confused.
Points in the paint, Iona of their 19, 10 have been inside. We talked about their three-point shooting prowess, but they're getting some good looks inside there.
And if it wasn't for second chance points right now, Arkansas has 6. This game would be an even wider gap for the Hogs.
Got to go against Moses Kingsley. His first foul. He just checked in. So English will bring it in. A.J. English, young man from Wilmington, Delaware. All from way outside by Williams. And here comes Durham. Giving off to Kingsley, who got fouls going up. That's against Ryden Hines, who just checked in for Iona.
We had the opportunity to do Arkansas and North Texas on Friday night, Doug. We both came away from the game really liking Moses Kingsley. This is a big athletic freshman. He can run the floor. Saw the ability to catch there and get the basketball up on the rim. He's a presence around the glass. He's a rim protector on defense. Bright future for this young man.
Hey, Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, join Dari Noka and the network analysts discussing all the news of the day in the Southeastern Conference, presented by Regions Bank, also available on the Watch ESPN app. It's championship week in football as Alabama plays Missouri next Saturday in the Georgia Dome. And that whistle will go against Iona as they call the timeout.
You don't ever want to enter the basketball that low against a team that pressures the way Arkansas does. They threw it in down on the baseline in the corner. It's like you're playing against 4 guys. You got 2 trapping you, and you got both sideline and baseline down there in the corner. Good defensive pressure by Arkansas.
Good look inside the Iona huddle. Tim Cluse is the head coach. Tim loves the game of basketball, as does Mike Anderson. Of course, Mike was a terrific point guard for Nolan Richardson at the University of Tulsa, which isn't too far from Fayetteville, Arkansas. They won an NIT championship. He was the point guard for that team, and the rest is history. Started a long and successful odyssey with Nolan Richardson. The Gales worked at practice day about breaking this Arkansas pressure. It was fun to hear Tim Cluse describe it. Up and under. That shot will not go, and a whistle inside. That's the second foul on Moses Kingsley.
Well, there was a foul because he's matched up to Mayo, who's playing at the 4 spot as a wing. A little bit of a mismatch on a full court speed dribble. Kingsley couldn't keep him in front.
English misses a rare free throw attempt. Ibn Mohammed will check in for Casimir, the freshman. A.J. English, his dad, was an All-American at Virginia Union and then played 3 years in the NBA.
A.J. is actually a third. His dad was A.J. Jr.
Iona playing that zone. North Texas was the first zone team that Arkansas faced this season on Friday night. Miles off the bench gets fouled going up. Keaton Miles.
You never want to foul the jump shooter. You bail him out. That's exactly the shot you want when you're in that zone. A challenged 2-pointer from about 16 or 17 feet. Williams bailed out Miles and sends him to the line.
And Williams gets called for his second foul. And they're not a deep basketball team, so they'll get Williams to the bench, and Casimir, the freshman, checks right back in.
And the big thing that impacts Iona on is Williams is a long, athletic wing. Now they're much smaller on the perimeter with both Muhammad and Casimir in at the same time. And Arkansas, Mike Anderson showing a lot of trust in his team, Doug. He's got 0 starters in the game. He's down 6. He's trusting this young group to truly be a 10-deep team. They don't call it platoon basketball like they do in Lexington, Kentucky, but he's going to play all of them.
He sure does. We saw that against North Texas Friday when they were down in the first half, and even against SMU when the Mustangs were making a run. Kept the young players in, and that foul goes against the Gales inside. Kelvin Amayo gets his first foul for Iona. Jabril Durham misses that one, the junior from DeSoto, Texas. Coming up Tuesday night on the SEC ESPN Network, a college basketball doubleheader. UMass LSU, South Florida, and Alabama. Called an Alabama game a couple weeks ago, Darren. Much improved, the Crimson Tide. I think they will be a surprise this year in the conference. And Johnny Jones LSU Tigers, loads of talent. Lowry breaking free. They broke the pressure, and there's the two-handed stop. Timeout Arkansas. Largest lead of the day so far for the Gales of Iona.
Mike Anderson not happy with that off the free throw. A little sideline free throw break. Rip it down the sideline and hit the big man trailing from behind. Led to an easy layup. Mike Anderson not pleased with that one at all. That's a focus and an effort mistake by Arkansas. We just talked about them having 5 subs in the game, and that's the reason that Mike Anderson's doing it, Doug, to put him in situations like that where they make these kind of mistakes. You see the sideline break, the quick passing from Iona. You know, it's so important to have a plan to beat this Arkansas pressure. One of the key ones is quick passing.
Well, English and Lowry have been a 1-2 punch. 7 of 8 field goals so far, combined 20 points for Iona. Way outside. That would not fall for Beard. Just one look for Arkansas. Oh, losing his footing and slide out of bounds with Kelvin Amayo. Just couldn't cut the corner.
Going to the rim hard, just lost his balance a little bit. No contact. The good news is it ends up being a dead ball turnover, so Iona can get back and set their defense.
Tim Clues follows in the footsteps of really a colorful list of head coaches in Iona history, starting with Jim Valvano back in the day. That was Coach V's first head coaching stop. And then Jeff Ruland. Remember big Jeff Ruland?
He was a great player at Iona as well.
Beard knocks that down. Anton Beard. And there's the pressure and the steal. Watkins lays it in. Now the crowd's into it. It's gone from 8 to 3 in a blink of an eye. Crowd on their feet at Bud Walton Arena. From the corner. Here comes Arkansas. Madden back in, the senior. Watkins. Back iron. Now the Gales will push it. They have numbers. English. What a beautiful stroke that is. And that quiets the crowd. It's a 6-point lead again for Iona.
Doug, Iona plays with absolutely no fear offensively. They are not going to change the way they want to play. Pushing the ball fast, shooting a ton of threes. A.J. English drained a big one that quieted the crowd.
Madden finds the range. Lowry forced the issue. Went down to the floor. Watkins with a runner. Wouldn't go. Kingsley to follow. Gets his own rebound. Fast-paced game. We expected it. Kingsley up and fouled by Kelvin Amayo.
Arkansas getting it done with defense. A little trap. Shooting the gap. And the easy lay-in. Now they're within 3.
out there. Let's go play basketball. All right? Let's go to work. Let's get a dog. Come a dog. We can attack these guys. Whoa! Hey, we can attack these guys. Y'all get in the gap. All you do is get in there and kick it or find them big guys. They can score inside. Y'all just got to be ready to catch the ball. When they attack, you ready to catch the ball.
You hear Mike Anderson talking to his team there on SEC Wired. You know, everybody thinks that coaching is just about X's and O's and drawing things on a chalkboard. But a lot of it is about creating an identity for your team and for your program. And you have to coach that every single day, every minute of everything that you do. Mike Anderson doing it there with words like attack and energy. That's what this program is built on, and they're showing a little bit more of it here in the last couple minutes, Doug.
Boy, I love that segment, SEC Wired. That is terrific.
Well, it's one of the great things about this network, able to go inside and give you a little bit more, and always great to get on the inside and get connected to what's happening with these teams and where they're coming from. And Mike Anderson, a guy that believes in his style and his system of play, and talking to his guys about the importance of focus and energy and effort with it.
Moses Kingsley will miss the first free throw. Coaching staff loves the potential of this second-year player at 6'10", 230. Attacking the pressure.
If you're going to beat their press, you got to do it with the pass, not the dribble. You got to meet your passes if you're open. Be boss with the ball. It means be strong, because they're going to slap at it, and you got to have disciplined shot selection on the other end. Just because you're open doesn't mean it's a good one against this pressure.
English gets that to roll in. Boy, he is a good-looking player, A.J. English.
Doug, I'm going to officially give him my highest compliment as a scorer. He is a bucket getter.
Yes, he is. From all over the place.
He'll give it a bucket any way you want it. He just gets buckets.
He is a cool customer. Qualls has been very quiet so far. Madden 15-footer won't go. In the corner, Muhammad. That overshoots everything with Ellis. His first shot of the night. Grant Ellis. Here looking inside. And that will go out of bounds. Bobby Portis back in now for the Razorbacks. Preseason Wooden Award list. All SEC first team selection preseason. Manny Watkins, he checks back in, the son of Melvin Watkins, the associate head coach of Arkansas.
Now Arkansas going small as well. Qualls at the 4. On the matchup with Iona, small lineup. Well, you got to like this. Great athlete and top defender for Arkansas, and the best scorer from Iona, English.
A lot of ball movement. That ball got tapped away. Shot clock at 14.
This may be the lowest it goes for Iona all night, Doug. Enjoy it.
The big man spinning inside with the left hand, goes down again. Good dish inside to Portis. That ball got stripped going up. And A.J. English, what a pass. Oh, brother, that was blocked. Maddox with a rejection. Madden gets that to roll down. What a transition from defense to offense for Rashad Madden. Casimir can't get it to go. This is high octane. Madden. Portis. And he gets called after the rebound, dragging his pivot foot.
You know, if you play the game the right way, it will reward you. Madden, with the tremendous effort on the defensive end, is going to get rewarded on the offensive end by being able to finish. Nice little spin. I think Rashad Madden is a huge key to this team, especially against these teams like Iona that play a lot of zone. He seems to give a calming presence to this Arkansas squad. He attacks the middle, makes the extra pass.
Boy, knocking it down is A.J. English. Then got tied up with the bench over there. They missed 5 of their last 6 before he rattled that one home from the corner. three-point range. Boy, that was all the way down and then came out. Walls breaks down the lane and gets stripped of the ball. To be Arkansas basketball underneath their own goal. We'll take a break. Iona on top of number 25 Arkansas, 30-25 in a game that is back and forth. Darren Horn and Iona, Darren, they're starting to look a little tired. They don't play many players, and this is a fast pace.
Well, they're used to playing fast, but they're not used to playing against other people that want to play fast.
Right.
And Arkansas is doing it not with 6 or 7, but with 10 different guys. And so one of the big issues that's going to come into play probably into the second half around the 10-minute mark is Iona and their conditioning and fatigue and how they play through it.
You saw the numbers there. Our stat track, 14-8 points in the paint for Iona. That's a surprise. Way outside. That's not his game, Manny Watkins. He's a penetrator, but he was wide open.
Well, there was a reason he was wide open. They wanted to shoot that ball. 2 possessions ago, they were all the way in the paint when he caught the ball at the three-point line.
Ameo went up, and that ball then got knocked off his knee. So it'll be Arkansas basketball. Babb is checked in for the first time. Nick Babb. 7 turnovers for Iona up to this point.
Keep an eye on Rashad Madden and his ability to get into the gaps in this zone and find guys. Does an outstanding job as a tall point guard out front.
Madden steps back behind the line and overshoots everything. The Babb saves it. There's Qualls knocking it down. 2-pointer for Michael Qualls. Mayo goes up, and that ball got blocked out of bounds. He thought it was a goaltend, but it really never got above the rim. First foul on Nick Babb, the freshman from Arlington, Texas. Kelvin Amayo back irons that one. Tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern on the SEC ESPN Network. It's a rewind of the classic 2007 Egg Bowl. Mississippi State staged an epic fourth quarter comeback to beat Ole Miss. Also available on the Watch ESPN app. And yesterday, what a celebration in Oxford, Mississippi, as they got the Egg Bowl trophy back, knocking the Bulldogs out of the college football playoff picture. And then last night, Darren, I was drained watching the Iron Bowl. What a game that was. And the ratings on ESPN were the best they've ever had on a Saturday night.
A lot of scoring.
There's another turnover for Iona. 8 turnovers, and Darren, I think you nailed it. This is a team likes to play fast, but they appear to be getting a little ragged now, getting a little winded perhaps. Arkansas has missed 5 of their last 6 shots, so they're not awfully sharp themselves.
And again, there's a difference between you playing fast and another team trying to keep up with you, and both teams playing fast, which is what Iona has today in Arkansas. But they are not going to stop pushing it offensively.
English. It's going to go over near our table in mid-court, and another turnover, number 9 for the Gales.
Arkansas's got to find a way to get Bobby Portis involved against this Iona zone. Get the ball from side to side, throw it in the high post and let his buddy find him, or just throw it to him right on the block. But the ball needs to go inside out against this zone, and it starts with getting Bobby Portis a touch.
Anthlon Bell is checked in, so the starting 5 for Arkansas now intact. Portis with the follow and the tip in.
It's harder against the zone to get the ball to the guy you wanted to sometimes. Good job by Mike Anderson of getting his all-SEC big involved.
English took a stutter step, so that's now double-figure turnovers. 10 for Iona at the 6-minute mark of the first half. Isaiah Williams back in for Tim Cluse in Iona.
Isaiah Williams back in the game with 2 fouls. Some people would ask, well, why is Coach Kluse doing that? But if you're going to only play 6 or 7 guys big minutes, then players have to learn to play in foul trouble. He's got to try to find a way to get to the end of the half without picking up a third.
Portis off the glass, and we're all tied up in Fayetteville. 6 points for Bobby Portis.
Having a big fella like Portis to feed it to always makes things a little bit easier offensively.
Casimir, the freshman. Bobby Portis jumped out there and altered that shot. Belgians off to Williams. Madden bats that out. Here comes Williams. And he gets fouled going up. Foul goes against Ja'Cory Williams.
Iona's going to the line for their 13th and 14th free throw attempt of this half. They came into the game, Doug, having made 93 free throws. Their opponents had only attempted 90. So this is an era where they gain a great advantage over their opponents is at the line.
Mike Anderson flanked on his left. TV right, there's Melvin Watkins and TJ Cleveland. I covered TJ Cleveland as a high school basketball star, minor high school in Birmingham back in the day. And I'm still a young man. Wow.
He's very young.
Yes, he is.
Again, got to get the ball to the middle of the floor and find Portis.
Bell, another three-point shot, gets that one to go down. Arkansas now back on top. 7 points for Antoine Bell. Casimir looks for A.J. English. He is their go-to guy, English. When they need a bucket, they go to English, and he lost it out of bounds. Came down, that's a travel.
It's one of the reasons I believe Michael Qualls is becoming one of the elite wings in the SEC. He can sit down and be a lockdown defender on the other team's best player.
Portis to Qualls. Michael really in a gray area underneath the hoop, kind of hit the bottom of the backboard. Casimir out of control, gets blocked by Portis. Oh, it's 4-on-2. Make it 5-on-2. Bell from the corner. And Portis stepped out of bounds as he was trying to keep that ball alive. Well, they actually called a foul on Muhammad.
Arkansas getting it going and this crowd getting into it. The big three by Bell, the SEC's leader. Hogs are up.
So when I get the ball and this guy playing lane, attack the gap to make this guy come in there. If he stays out there, keep going. You just got to give these guys a good pass, the catch, and they got to finish. It's open in there. But we're not moving the basketball. We're dribble. The ball's not moving, boom, boom. Short corner, skip, shot. So there's no rhythm to the game. You letting them dictate with their little zone.
Mike Anderson talking to his team about attacking zone defense. You got to get the ball in the gaps, and you got to move the basketball. Not pleased with how quickly the ball was moving. They moved it well on the highlight we saw where Bell got open. They got to get a little bit quicker ball movement and quick passing against the zone and get into the gaps.
Again, that foul was called just before the timeout against Ibn Muhammad as Portis was pushed out of bounds. And so the Hogs will try to make something happen and build on that lead. Remember, they were down by 8. Portis really battled. The ball got taken away by Lowry. Iona's been pretty sloppy these last 4 minutes with 5 turnovers, but that looked pretty good as Lowry with a spinning move inside. We've seen that several times.
Sort of a late switch in transition. Portis getting back over to Lowry, and he never got him stopped to keep him in front. Lowry with a nice spin and layup at the rim.
And he has 13 to lead the Gales. Madden, tough shot for him.
And Madden size, he's just got to stop and go straight up on that one. The floating and jumping sideways took him off balance. It's a 6'5" point guard. Just stop and go straight up, shoot over the defense.
A small lineup on the floor for Iona. Arkansas definitely has the advantage height-wise, length-wise. Tough shot by Lowry, who's been doing most of his damage inside the paint. Pauls really elevates on that jump shot. That is gorgeous. English to Lowry. What a 1-2 punch those guys are. They have now combined for 30 of the 36 points for Iona.
If you're playing either one of these teams, Doug, you can never relax after a made basket. You have got to get in transition defense, and you got to put a body on Bobby Portis.
Well, we heard Mike during that SEC Wired segment telling his guys to move the ball, slash, and that's what he's doing. Look at Portis up top, guarding the point guard, Mohammed. That's 6'10" against 5'8". English looks up, shot clock now at 6 and 5. He points up, tells Lowry, you better do something. Balls is feeling it. That one won't go. Portis tried to block that, but Dublin was too quick. His first bucket of the night.
Tough finish on the baseline by Jelani Dublin. He got down behind the Arkansas defense. Was able to slide into the crack.
Bell, another three-pointer for Antoine, the junior out of Memphis, Tennessee. He has 10 points.
Well, fatigue becoming a factor on missed jump shots for Iona, and defensively not recovering the shooters good enough.
Bell pushing it. Fab. And Qualls was right there. And English gets hammered by Portis going up.
Not even a thought of trying to take the last shot of the half, huh? Full speed ahead.
Hey, coming up on the SEC ESPN Network halftime report with Dari Noka, we'll recap all the football action from Saturday. And we'll go SEC Wired with Mike Anderson. First half stats. And Darren will break things down in what has been an entertaining first half here in Fayetteville.
And when you're Iona, one of the reasons you play the way you do is you believe you're a tough matchup for opposing teams. The problem when you play Arkansas is that they want to play just as fast. They'll play small. They'll shoot the three just as much. And they're going to get after you full court, starting to take its toll a little bit on Iona, but give them credit. Got a chance to go in down one possession at the end of the half, or they are down one possession and cut it to 2 with this free throw.
Tim Cluse loves what he's seen with A.J. English now at 19 points to lead all scorers in this first half. You see time remaining.
Really important for Iona not just to force a bad shot by Arkansas, but finish the possession with the box out. Don't give up a second shot putback.
Madden up and down. Gives the Hogs a 4-point lead. English sends it out of bounds. The Hogs with 19 points off of 12 Iona turnovers.
Let's high five.
Yeah, high five.
I'm kidding, Gary. I don't have hands. You know who does? You do. Let's make some free calls. Ooh. Oh.
Am I doing it right?
Oh, yeah.
Crystal clear nationwide calling for free. Ooma, the smartphone for your home.
Halftime in Fayetteville, where the Hogs lead Iona 44-40. Let's check in now with Mike Anderson. He's been wired. It's SEC wired. Let's listen to the sidelines.
Stop the ball. He's shooting it. He's shooting it. Switch it. Shooting. Get out. He's shooting. Stop ball. Count. 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Bobby, you can do that all night. You can do that all night. Make good decisions. Go ahead and handle the basketball. Even though he called you out. Those two, you saw them guys over there, right? Did you see them guys over there? Yeah, push them guys, push them all.
Again, thanks to Mike Anderson, who is wearing the wire tonight. And that is terrific stuff. You only hear right here on the SEC Network. Back with more from Fayetteville when we come back.
At Shelter Insurance, we've found that peace of mind offers some real advantages. That's why we work hard to make things easier for you. By sheltering your cars. By sheltering your home. By sheltering your toys. By sheltering your life. Peace of mind. Isn't that the best shelter there is? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Introducing the Mile High Bacon Thick Burger with thick cut applewood smoked bacon. Only at Hardee's.
Would you like to save 70, 80, or 90% off electronics, handbags, jewelry, and much more?
I got this $200 designer handbag for $29.
I got this $220 Android tablet for only 49 bucks.
I got these dog boots for just 19 bucks. That's 76% off retail.
All items are shipped to you for just $2 flat.
Holiday shopping at NoMoreRack.com is safe, simple, and convenient.
It's called NoMoreRack.com.
Every day brings something new at HoteLook.com. And no matter what day of the week, we've got you covered. Check out the latest looks at the touch of your fingertips and get it all delivered right to your door. Find the right style for any situation at HoteLook.
This is the blast off. Time to blow this up. So best you run for cover. We about to hit self-destruct. So put them hands up higher. Let's smash this party up. This is the blast off. Time to blow this up. So best you run for cover. We about to hit self-destruct.
Well, it's going to be a fun second half. Both teams on pace at their scoring marks, well into the 80s. And we're looking forward to it. Doug Bell alongside Darren Horn. It's kind of what we expected, Darren. Fast-paced game. A lot of turnovers for Iona, or perhaps they'd be in the lead right now.
Some unforced turnovers, and they're not shooting the ball as well from three as a team as they usually do. English with 4. Nobody else has a made 3. And this Arkansas team just relentless defensively. Got down early and kept coming back because of points off turnovers. 19 in the first half alone.
Hey, the wire was pretty neat, huh, with Mike Anderson, have him wired up?
Oh, it's great to get inside the huddle and really be able to hear what the coaches are talking about. And so much of it with Mike is this team playing with energy, with effort, encouraging Bobby Portis. Say, Bobby, if you'll play hard, you can block shots like the one we saw all night long. Really good stuff, SEC Wired.
Yeah, it is going to be neat as we look at the numbers now of the first half. You mentioned the shooting percentage. Both teams really struggling behind the arc.
well, not shooting it well collectively. These are the two best three-point shooting teams in their respective leagues. But the big difference, points off turnovers, has kept Arkansas in this thing when they were down early and has a small lead for them at the half, 19 points. You see 4 ties and 5 lead changes. It's been entertaining. The big key, Doug, in the second half, can Iona, who only plays 6 or 7 guys, keep up with this 10-man Arkansas rotation?
The Gales from the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference taking on the Hogs of the Southeastern Conference, picked to finish 3rd in the preseason rankings behind Kentucky and Florida. The big man, Laurie, misses that one.
Those are the small plays where maybe you see some fatigue becoming a factor. Miss a point-blank layup.
A.J. English is the go-to guy for the Gales. Laurie up and under again, and what a hoss he has been inside against the much bigger Arkansas postmen.
Iona does a nice job of taking advantage of Laurie's ability to finish around the basket and step out on the floor, that time against Williams, who's tall but not as strong as Laurie.
Antoine Bell knocks down another 3, and Mike Anderson will call a quick timeout. He's getting after his guys, especially when you have Lowry only at 6'8", inside, really making a lot of noise.
A newborn king to see, our finest gifts we bring, too late before the king.
Christmas is a time for giving and giving back. Be an angel. Donate to earn your wings and support local education.
Check out all these airline seats. Lots of them, right? But when you try to get one by using your travel rewards card miles, those seats mysteriously vanish. Why? All the flights you want are blacked out, or they hit you up for some outrageous number of miles. Switch to the Venture card from Capital One. With Venture, use your miles on any airline, any flight, anytime. No blackout dates. And with every purchase, you'll earn unlimited double miles. Now we're getting somewhere. What's in your wallet?
Have you tried one of these? It's so good. Man, I can't believe we haven't done this before. Oh, wow, look at that.
Want a bite?
Your agent. Do the jingle. Do the jingle. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hey, guys. Do it again. Do it again. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. In my office.
State Farm.
I think we're good. State Farm agents help you get to a better state.
Welcome back. Mike Anderson's team, number 25 in the country. First time they've been ranked since 2007. They won a road game as a ranked team for the first time since 07 when they won at SMU on Tuesday. And Darren, if they win today, they'd be 6-0 for the first time since 1997-98. Really a remarkable number when you consider the history here at Arkansas.
And there's no question that this is Mike Anderson's best team while at Arkansas. You see the combo of English and Lowry there, 36. The rest of the team only 6. And Mike Anderson was not happy with Lowry's last basket. Thought he called it way too easy and finished way too easy in the paint. Called timeout to get his defense set, get his guys focused on keeping that basketball out of the paint.
There's Lowry up top. Bell's guarding him, giving up about 4 or 5 inches. Now Portis on the switch. Up in the grill of Laurie. Oh, the stuff by Amayo. He broke free and elevated. Wow, what a play.
Arkansas chose to come out and pressure out in the passing lanes. Amayo took advantage of it. When you pressure, the floor is going to be spaced more. You see that huge driving lane. The help never got there, and Amayo makes him pay.
Bell has led the way for Arkansas today, but missed that one. Another easy layup, a defensive breakdown. Kelvin Amayo has 8 points now for Iona, make it 7 points.
Nobody stopped the basketball in transition, and then Madden never even attempted to come over and stop Amayo on the drive. He ends up with another layup.
Portis cannot get that one to go. Boy, good look, too. There's a Amayo on the other end looking for 3 layups in a row, and that wouldn't go. First miss for Iona in the second half. And a whistle goes against the Gales. Laurie doesn't like the call, but he picks up the foul. That's the second foul, Laurie, as Madden goes to the line.
Both of these teams a little sluggish with their transition defense to start the half. Priority number 1 in transition defense is protecting the basket, but you got to then stop the basketball. They haven't done that, giving up layups and free throw attempts.
Women's college basketball returns to the SEC ESPN network tomorrow night. Virginia Tech visits Gainesville for an early season game against Ronnie Williams and the Gators. 9 o'clock Eastern on the SEC ESPN network and the Watch ESPN app.
How about the women's basketball coach, our former colleague at ESPN, Jimmy Dykes, Arkansas women's head coach, now off to a hot start. Beat number 16 Iowa in Las Vegas on Friday. Huge win for their team. Off to a good start. He likes that coaching thing. He's undefeated.
Oh, inside again. Laurie, boy, he just bowled his way inside. Foul called against Ja'Cory Williams. He has been a major headache for the Arkansas Razorbacks. 3 fouls now against Williams.
I know from having some pretty good pressing teams as a head coach, Doug, the biggest challenge is not if the other team has 1 or 2 really good guards. It's if they have multiple ball handlers, including some bigs that can catch and make some passes and some plays in transition. Iona has that, and they're attacking this Arkansas pressure with some success.
He now has 20 points. Combined with A.J. English, they have 39 of Iona's 49. 5 ties now. Let's see if Arkansas can break out on top again. That's Bell knocking it down from the outside. 16 points to lead the Hogs. Anthlon Bell. That's the freshman. String music for Cedric Casimir.
Don't lose Cedric Casimir.
Wow.
He drained 8 threes in their last game and dropped 40.
That was against Delaware State. Home game. And he put on a serious show. Qualls with a miss, but Kingsley gets the rebound. Bell again. And there's a bad pass. Turnover for Iona. Madden slipped and called for the travel.
Cedric Casimir, the freshman, had 51 in a high school game, hit 8 threes the other night, and just runs down to the corner. Good spacing in transition. Both of these teams do an outstanding job of getting shooters down to the corners early in transition to create spacing in their transition offense and the opportunity for quick threes, as we just saw.
Casimir was 1 for 11 from three-point range. Kind of a rough start for the freshman until the other night when he was 8 out of 9 from three-point range, 11 for 13 from the field when he poured in 40. What a game.
A score is a score is a score. Multiple games of 40 in high school at 51.
Missed that one.
Can get hot in a hurry.
Manny Watkins with the ball, back in now. Looking inside. Kingsley kind of lost control and then keeps it alive himself, but again, Laurie is right there. He already has a double-double. A.J. English has been very quiet. Good ball movement for the Gales. Amayo up and under. Oh, brother, what a shot that was. And the Gales are back on top by 2.
That was a clinic half-court possession on ball movement, reversals, and then attacking off reversals into the paint. This Iona team outstanding offensively and sharing the basketball.
And Bell, that's our 6th tie of the game. Bell with 18. Casimir with the strip, looking for Williams. Amayo from the corner, and Laurie again. That's rejected. Laurie stepped out of bounds, trying to save that one. What a game in Fayetteville.
One of the reasons Iona is so good offensively, they share the rock. Everybody touched it a couple times on this possession, and Amayo finishes it.
Finding out about the school field trip the day of the school field trip used to bring Dana's morning to a screeching halt. But now she can greenlight this moment with the touch of a button. Sending money to friends and family, or even a class mom? Regions Personal Pay makes it easy to give life the green light. Ready to move your life forward? Switch to Regions.
C-A-R.
They aren't born Cardinals, or Razorbacks, or Tigers.
A-U-X, go Tigers.
They need a little help.
Roll Tide.
So for 10 years, the Allstate Good Hands Nets program has supported college scholarships to help students prepare for a life that's good.
S.
S.
Let them know you're there.
Ooh, hello there. I'm Uma.
Hi, I'm Gary.
And I'm your new #1 ranked home phone service.
I know.
Woo! Free calls. Let's high five.
Yeah, high five.
I'm kidding, Gary. I don't have hands. You know who does? You do. Let's make some free calls. Ooh. Oh.
Am I doing it right?
Oh, yeah.
Crystal clear nationwide calling for free. Uma, the smartphone for your home.
I call the timeout because you know what? I don't want to see that team in the first half. I want the real Razorbacks show up. You got it? You got it? You got energy. You use all the energy you got. Let me get some of these guys in there. It's about wear and tear, wear and tear, wear and tear. Be in attack mode. Got it? All right? Come on.
I love SEC Wired, Doug. It takes you right inside the huddle, and Mike Anderson calling the early timeout in the second half, and you heard him not happy with his team's energy and their effort. Obviously not pleased with the first half performance. Wanted to remind them, guys, we've got to give great energy to play the way that we want to play. Wants to see the real Razorbacks on the floor. And again, so much of coaching is not just about the X's and O's, but about getting your guys to play at a high level and with great focus. And nobody does it better in this style of play in college basketball than Mike Anderson.
Yeah, the Wired segment has been terrific today. Now let's keep in mind Iona, last year 17-3 in their league, the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. They lost in the tournament championship to Manhattan, or they would have gone to their 3rd consecutive NCAA tournament. Most all these guys have been a part of that run. This is an experienced basketball team, not deep, but very, very talented, as we've seen today.
They have shown tremendous poise and not 1 ounce of blinking in the face of this Arkansas pressure crowd.
Babb, the freshman, knocks down a tough one, Nick Babb. And we're all tied up again. Let's see if the intensity builds for Arkansas on the urging of their coach. Williams from that corner, and Mike Anderson will not be happy with that.
Late to help on the recover, and Amayo driving the ball, and Kingsley is a mismatch. Kingsley can't keep him in front.
Kingsley has another good look, just hasn't gone for him today. Moses Kingsley.
Sophomore's got to learn to slow down a little bit in the post, take his time on those finishes.
From the corner, Casimir, the freshman, cannot get it to fall. Now Arkansas down by 1. Only one starter on the court for Arkansas. That's Qualls, and he has the shot from the corner. And that foul goes against David Lowry.
Michael Qualls coming off a career-high 22. It's really expanded his game, not only in his ability to make the three consistently and hit the pull-up jump shot, but in the efficiency that he's doing with his staff. Very pleased with him, and the best thing they say about him is he's a fighter and a competitor that brings it every single day.
So now with another free throw, Arkansas would have the lead again. Lowry, you see there in the block, the low block, number 13, has the double-double today, now with 3 fouls, Darren. So that's big at the 13:06 mark. You'll have to be very careful for the Gales. Lowry the lob to Williams. Oh, wouldn't go. Boy, that was gorgeous, except they just couldn't finish. The Hogs on the other end. Kingsley gets his own rebound. Well, a lot of effort there, just wouldn't go for Arkansas. English.
Iona very difficult to guard because of their quick passing and the way they move the basketball. They have outstanding spacing on the offensive end.
Kazmir looking for Lowry, turns it over. Watkins has a 2-on-1, keeps it himself, and gets it to fall. Hogs back on top by 3. An experienced Iona team, not in a hurry right now. Manny Watkins trying to get the crowd involved.
Oh, you better be careful. If they want to pick up a charge at number 4.
If that's on Lowry, that's number 4. No, it'll go against Arkansas. Manny Watkins gets called for the foul. Boy, there's a lot of time to go. We'll take a breather. We need some oxygen. Arkansas on top of Iona, 60-57.
40 years ago, you didn't know how you'd retire, or how you'd put 3 girls through college. You didn't know what the future would hold. But in this moment...
Congratulations, Bill.
Appreciate it, Mike. Couldn't have done it without you.
You're thankful your independent agent knew how to protect it. Ask about life insurance and annuities from Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people.
SEC football fans, the 2014 SEC championship game is almost here. But before the teams kick off at the Georgia Dome, head over to the Georgia World Congress Center and catch all of the action at the Dr. Pepper SEC Fan Fair. 2 days of activities, events, and interactive games. And join us at SEC Nation as we broadcast live. It's the Dr. Pepper SEC Fan Fair, Friday and Saturday, December 5th and 6th.
How would you like to save 70, 80, or 90% off electronics, handbags, jewelry, and much more?
I got this $200 designer handbag for $29.
I got this $220 Android tablet for only 49 bucks.
I got these dog boots for just 19 bucks. That's 76% off retail.
All items are shipped to you for just $2 flat. Holiday shopping at NoMoreRack.com is safe, simple, and convenient. It's called NoMoreRack.com.
Every day, bring something new at HoteLook.com. And no matter what day of the week, we've got you covered. Check out the latest looks at the touch of your fingertips and get it all delivered right to your door. Find the right style for any situation at HoteLook.
Arkansas by 3. David Lowry has 20 points, 13 rebounds. Came into that huddle a little slow, Darren, but he's been the man for Iona today.
Well, he really has. He's coming into his own, the preseason player of the year in the MAC. He's got a great story, a lot of challenges growing up, bounced around quite a bit, not a lot of stability in his young life, and talking to him after practice today and the coaching staff, one of the things that's really helped him grow is this is the first time the last 3 years that he's had 3 years in a row, everything around him the same, and it's been an environment that he can flourish in. And really great to hear what he said about Coach Tim Clues. Coach Clues told him, "I'll never give up on you." The kid took it to heart, and he's responding well for him.
Yeah, battling inside for another bucket. Pulls the Gales within one. You saw what Arkansas has done from the field. They shot it 62 times today, 20 of those from behind the arc. They've had plenty of looks. Balls all got knocked away by Amayo. Amayo with a left hand. We've seen that a couple of times today. Very versatile big man. Only 6'4", but well built at 220 pounds.
He's a problem for the Hogs because he's driving the Arkansas bigs, especially in transition before the defense is really set, and he can finish because of that big body.
Boy, what a pretty stroke from the outside for Anton Beard, freshman from North Little Rock. Mike Anderson not afraid to play these young kids, said he's going to need them. Come NCAA tournament time, told us that on Friday and again today. They need to get experience.
Arkansas got in this similar situation at SMU, Doug. And about this time of the game, they fed Bobby Portis 4 straight trips and extended their lead. Let's see if that happens when he comes back in the game.
And English called for the travel. I thought he got bumped. 15 turnovers for the Gales. Mike Anderson now goes back to his starting 5.
I think this is where you've got to assert Bobby Portis on the interior. That's twofold. That's a call from the bench to make sure that he gets touches, but Bobby Portis has to step up as well and understand he's the go-to guy for this team. They're going to be better offensively when the ball flows through him on the interior.
Qualls. A hard move up and off the glass. Big time move there.
Good set call to get the ball inside. Qualls tough to handle around the basket with that athleticism and ability to finish at the rim.
Anton Beard checks back in for Arkansas.
And Qualls, he's a mismatch in the post because of his ability to explode past defenses, and he has athleticism and strength to finish at the bucket. And we haven't even seen a highlight yet. With 10 minutes left, you can expect that there's going to be a Sports Center type highlight for Michael Qualls as well.
Ibn Muhammad now checking in, running the point for the Gales. Williams got a smooth stroke. That will not go. And that ball got knocked out of bounds by Anton Beard.
Doug, they can't keep Amayo in front. The breakdown defensively is it doesn't matter who's guarding him right now. He ends up in the paint at the rim or kickouts for his teammates.
Muhammad only 5'8", challenging the big man. Laurie trying to keep it alive, and somehow they get it back. Laurie just lost the handle. Good dish from English. Oh, that was good ball movement. Nice set there for Arkansas. Beard knocks it down. 6-point lead for the Hogs.
And the key was Bobby Portis touched it first.
Foul goes against Anton Beard, his first foul.
The ball goes into Portis first. Forces a closeout by Amayo, and Beard catches him off balance and gets all the way to the rack. Good things happen when you play through the interior, and when you got one as good as Bobby Portis, you got to make sure he gets the touch.
So that was a timeout from Tim Clues, the head coach of Iona. Now, right across the street from the Bud Walton Arena is the new Basketball Performance Center. That's the indoor facility which will open shortly after the season is finished for both the men and women's basketball programs. Mike Anderson Jimmy Dykes. Boy, they're going to love that. Yeah, that is going to be terrific. First class.
And a big reason they're able to do that is the tradition built by some great coaches here, and none better than Nolan Richardson, national champion. Instilled this style of play in his teams, and Mike Anderson as a player and assistant coach. And now it's not 40 minutes of hell, it's the fastest 40 minutes in college basketball.
Portis tried to come up with a steal. Laurie being hounded now by Portis. The lob inside. Boy, Tim Cluse is beside himself over in the bench for Iona. Beard, that gets swatted out of bounds by Williams.
Beard's got to utilize the shot fake in that situation. Can't make up his mind that you're going to shoot the basketball. Read the defense.
Laurie with left hand. From the corner. Quick shot. And here's A.J. English on the other end. And gets fouled going up by Anton Beard.
Anytime a corner three is taken offensively, you have to make sure that you get back in transition. Corner threes often lead to runouts for the other team. Arkansas late getting back. English is going to shoot some free throws.
Knocks down the first, A.J. English. Kelvin Amayo back in for Iona. 20 points for English. That was his first point of the second half.
This game is being played at an incredibly fast pace. We've got 8 minutes left in the game, and guys already pushing 70 points.
So we had Madden and Muhammad tangled up. And they called the jump ball. And now that's been reversed from a jump ball. Foul on Muhammad.
Got up under Madden, backed into him. Anytime it's an undercut situation, more often than not, that's going to go to the offensive player.
Yeah, Lee Cassell went over to talk to Tim Cluse and explain that to him. Not sure the coach is totally satisfied, but it is Arkansas basketball. Under 8 minutes to play.
Find the big fella.
Ball's looked up, plenty of time on the shot clock. And gets stripped. A.J. English. One-on-one. Yes, count it. Chance for a three-point play. So just like that, the Gales are within 3. Hawks can't shake them. Should be a heck of a finish in Fayetteville.
Twins Cliff and Chris Paul made it their pursuit to pass selflessness onto the next generation.
I got it.
On the court, little Chris's signature alley-oop-de-doop drew the attention of local scouts. While off the court, little Cliff assisted neighborhood children from his own State Farm branch. The Pauls knew a little assist goes a long way, no matter who it comes from.
A newborn king to see, pa-rum-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring, pa-rum-pum-pum. To lay before the king.
Christmas is a time for giving and giving back. Be an angel. Donate to earn your wings and support local education.
a secure retirement, a new home, earning your diploma, providing for your family. Real associates using Walmart's benefits to build better lives for their families. Opportunity, that's the real Walmart.
Arkansas leads Iona 67-64 as we take a look at today's Good Hands play, brought to you by Allstate.
And good hands for Arkansas on defense, Doug, leads to good things on offense. Manny Watkins shooting the gap, the outside hand still. Takes it all the way in for the layup. Arkansas has forced Iona into season-high 17 turnovers. That's led to 25 points off turnovers. That's definitely good hands.
Of course, Manny is the son of Melvin Watkins, the associate head coach at Arkansas, who was a terrific player. There's Dad right there at UNC Charlotte. They went to a Final Four. He was on that team. Terrific guard. And then was head coach at Charlotte, at Texas A&M, and now has been with Mike Anderson at Missouri, and now here at Arkansas.
Iona with a little pressure of its own. Try to take a little time off the clock. Still a lazy pass, maybe.
And now Arkansas goes to their bench. It has to be a huge advantage, you would think, towards the end of this game. Up and under a foul against Amayo. He knocks Bell to the floor.
Defensively, you always have to stay between the ball and your man. Amayo lost sight of his man, and Bell slid in behind him. Was able to get the catch. You know, Iona defensively, and talking to their staff earlier today, they do a lot of different things. Do a lot of switching. They'll play zone. They'll extend pressure, as we just saw. Sometimes they'll start a possession zone and then change it to man halfway through the possession. But in order for that to happen, Coach Kluse was quick to say you got to have all 5 guys on the same page knowing what they're doing, and at times that's a struggle.
Bell leading scorer for the Hogs on this Sunday.
What's that, guys?
At the 20-point mark, that ties his season high. Antoine Bell. Williams wide open from the corner. Portis went way up above the rim to get that one.
Love the way Tim Kluse coaches, encouraging his guys. That's exactly the shot they wanted, just didn't go down.
Falls from the corner. That's a tough one that rattled home. 7-point lead now for Arkansas. Now the crowd trying to be the 6th man and add a little pressure to this Gales attack. Rory tried twice, couldn't do it. A 12-4 run for the Hogs. Let's see if they can build on that. Oh, no, yes, Portis with a follow. 14-4 run now for the Hogs. That quiets him. Rory inside. Timeout, Iona.
And if you're Arkansas, this is exactly what you want, attacking in transition. Williams misses it, but Bobby Portis there to clean it up. Last 2 buckets, Michael Qualls and Bobby Portis. That's what you need from your all-SEC guys, making plays when your team needs you as you come down the stretch.
Coming up Tuesday night on SEC ESPN Network, it's a college basketball doubleheader. Johnny Jones and the LSU Tigers against UMass, 7 Eastern. And then Anthony Grant and the Crimson Tide against South Florida at 9 Eastern time.
It's a big week for LSU coming up. They've got UMass visiting on Tuesday, as you said, and then they go to West Virginia for the Big 12 SEC Challenge on Thursday. Big non-conference matchups for LSU this week from Johnny Jones.
There is a buzz around campus about the Arkansas basketball team. In the top 25. If they win today, it'll be their first 6-0 start since, God gracious, you have to go all the way back to 97-98. All sorts of talk about getting back to the tournament. Battling inside, that's swatted out of bounds. And Darren, is it too early to be excited about this Arkansas team?
No, absolutely not. You're talking about a group that's off to a 5-0 start. They won at SMU, only the second team to go in against a Larry Brown coach squad and win at SMU.
Qualls gets fouled on the shot, and that goes down. The foul against A.J. English.
Yeah, we were talking earlier today, Doug, about how different this team is. You're going to see Qualls finish and get knocked in the head, sliding along the baseline. Bad closeout. Williams never stepped up to contest him, but you know, Arkansas won on Friday without Bobby Portis having a big night, without forcing a lot of points off turnovers. Sort of a methodical win over North Texas. And if you're really good, you got to learn to win when you don't play good, and I think Arkansas is learning to do that.
Dab the freshman. And now Williams gets it to fall. Oh, what a steal by Qualls. And a timeout, Arkansas. What a terrific individual effort by Michael Qualls. Darren Horn. That was something.
Well, Michael Qualls sets the tone for this Arkansas team with that energy and effort. We've heard Mike Anderson talk about today on SEC Wire. That was just a tremendous athletic play, and Iona got themselves into trouble because they were so close to the baseline on that entry. Saw the nice pull-up by Williams in the high post. I like Ja'Cory Williams in there, and Mike Anderson's getting fired up, trying to get his defense set. This is what separates Arkansas basketball. We've heard Mike Anderson talk about it all day on SEC Wired. Energy, effort, playing like Razorbacks. We're getting a nice taste of it here in the last couple of possessions.
The Hogs on a 19-6 run, and Qualls, the junior from Shreveport, Louisiana. He's their highlight guy. He's on ESPN SportsCenter all the time, usually for those breakaway slam dunks. Against Kentucky last year, that last-second tip-in right here in this building.
If you don't put a body on Michael Qualls, there's a good chance that you're going to end up on somebody's highlight.
Well, they're an exciting, deep basketball team.
Would love to see Portis or Qualls touch it around the basket on this one.
Still time, shot clock at 12. Now in single digits. Williams with the left hand. English has been quiet in this second half. Continues to be very silent. There's only a second shot of the half. Kiss read there. And Amayo, that's a goaltend by Portis. So it's a 10-point game, 4:13 to play.
And if you're Mike Anderson, you don't feel terribly confident up 10 because of Iona's ability to shoot the three-point shot from multiple positions. They're always in games. They haven't made a three in over 6 minutes, though. I think maybe the fatigue from the Arkansas pressure starting to set in.
Qualls, doing it on the defensive end and offensively.
Well, this Arkansas team is really growing and understanding what it takes for them to win. Went through a stretch where they didn't play well, but every possession since, Bobby Portis or Michael Qualls has been involved. And when you get your two best players involved, like we saw last possession, good things are going to happen.
Portis is just 2 rebounds shy of a double-double.
Good cut.
Qualls making things happen. He's taken over this game. 20 points now for Michael Qualls.
Qualls and Portis, when it's time to finish, you need your stars to play. These two young men have done it in a big way for Arkansas down the stretch.
Williams knocks down the three. Isaiah Williams. He now has 9 points. Timeout Iona.
So important for Arkansas to get the big fella. Bobby Portis touches on the interior. He doesn't have to score, but look at all the attention. 3 guys around him. Late recovery on the closeout by Williams, and Qualls steps in and knocks it down. I'm telling you, Michael Qualls is one of the elite wings, not only in the SEC, but maybe in all of college basketball.
We've talked a lot about it with this Arkansas team, and Darren, you wonder who is their go-to guy when it's crunch time, and they have a couple of guys. Qualls, Portis, Bell can certainly knock down the big shot.
But I think it starts with playing through Bobby Portis on the interior.
Women's college basketball action returns to the SEC ESPN network tomorrow night. It's Virginia Tech going to Gainesville for an early season game. Ronnie Williams is terrific. The improved Florida Gators, 9 Eastern on the SEC ESPN network and Watch ESPN app. Looking forward to watching that tomorrow on the SEC network. Watkins with the ball, is checked in for Arkansas. Madden gets blocked by Laurie, who picks up his 4th foul. So Arkansas trailed most of that first half, early in the second half, but right now it's all Hogs here in Fayetteville.
Okay, let's settle down.
All right, let's see that flea flicker.
What's this?
Flag. Show me that double wing formation. Flag. Doesn't really know football, does he?
No. But when I got hurt, he paid my claim in only 4 days.
4 days? Wow. Okay, last chance. The play action. Okay, forget it.
Aflac, an official partner of the Heisman Trophy.
If biscuits look the same in the end, does it matter where they came from? Does it matter if they're made 18 days ago or 18 minutes? Does it make a difference if they're made by a machine in a factory or made by hand by a single person? We think so, because there's nothing fresh about frozen biscuits.
The made-from-scratch double-loaded omelet biscuit. New at Hardee's.
Oh, hello there. I'm Uma.
Hi, I'm Gary.
And I'm your new #1 ranked home phone service.
I know.
Woo! Free calls. Let's high five.
Yeah, high five.
I'm kidding, Gary. I don't have hands. You know who does? You do. Let's make some free calls. Ooh. Oh.
Am I doing it right?
Oh, yeah.
Crystal clear nationwide calling for free. Uma, the smartphone for your home.
Now you're playing small ball. Sometimes you don't have to go for the spectacular. You don't have to go for the spectacular. All you got to do is just turn it. You're going to get what you want. Now, on defense, we just need stops now. We need stops now. Got it? Got it? Go to work. With your defense. This is what you call a breaking point. Breaking point. Keep your focus, guys. Defense on 3. Don't let them get you in tonight. 1, 2, 3. Put the ball. Put the ball.
Well, Mike Anderson not only calling plays and defenses, but teaching his team how to win in that timeout. Talking about this is a breaking point for Iona, and it's going to get done by getting defensive stops in the half court. The same thing he told us when we visited with him, Doug, the importance of this team being solid in the half court when they have to be, like up 12 with 2:53 to go.
Well, the whole team is just feeding off that energy of Mike Anderson, and they are starting to get it. And he's been around some terrific teams around here. In fact, we saw Scotty Thurman. If we had the shot of Mike on the sideline, Scotty's in the radio team now. There he is. Looks like he could still play.
There's a lot of former greats in the building.
Yeah.
Lee Mayberry is part of the staff as well.
Yeah, links to the past. Of course, Nolan sits up there in the corner. There's Lee Mayberry. He's the undergrad assistant coach. And what a shooter. What a tough-nosed competitor he was. Portis and Qualls have scored 8 of the last 12 points. Rory goes inside and cannot get that one to go.
And that's part of that learning to win that we're talking about, Doug. Offensively, you see the legendary Nolan Richardson taking in the game today. He's got to be pleased with what he's seen in terms of the effort and energy. Resembles some of his great teams. And we talked about Mike Anderson teaching his team to win. And one of those things is on the offensive end. When we have to have baskets, how do we need to play? Who do we need to look for? Arkansas doing that by playing through Qualls and Portis. With 8 of those last 12, Mike Anderson has to be pleased with that.
Some draw comparisons to this year's bunch and that 1994 national championship team, which, you know, it's hard to compare a team that won it all to anything. And Mike Anderson will quickly point out there's a certain toughness level that 94 team had that is unmatched. He said there were some hard-nosed kids that, you know, it was just, they were not going to be broken.
I think Michael Qualls could have played on that team. Another thing that's impressive, you see Landis Harris out today. That's a senior starter, hasn't even played, and yet Arkansas still 86 points on the board. They can hold on here, about to beat a potential future conference champion in Iona out of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. I mean, this team is really starting to make some strides.
And Portis fouled on the floor before the shot went up. Foul goes on A.J. English, who now has 2. And English has been very quiet in the second half. This will be 1 in the bonus for Bobby Portis, who's tying his sneakers. And again, more and more of these young players are going to the low-top sneakers, kind of copying Kobe and Kevin Garnett and some of these guys. Kevin Durant.
It's always a trickle down from the NBA.
It really is.
Even the new workout guys that elementary kids have. All starts in the NBA.
Glory, what a tough shot for him, and his numbers just continue to grow. And what a night for that young man. 23 points, 14 rebounds.
Been really impressed with both these bigs. They're athletic, but they make basketball plays too. We saw the finish by Laurie on the other end, and then Bobby Portis catching in transition with the ability to also make a play. A lot of bigs wouldn't even catch that ball, much less make a play after catching it. Portis able to do both. He's got a nice touch at the foul line too.
Hits that one, missed the first. He does have a shot similar to Kevin Garnett. And again, a lot of comparisons to Portis at this stage of his career with Kevin Garnett. They're about the same size, 6'11", 245.
Except Garnett was getting double-doubles in the NBA already at this point. But Portis real close and rebound away from a double-double. And he's done it pretty quietly, too. Really within the flow of the game.
Now Qualls is 1 rebound away from a double-double himself. 20 points, 9 rebounds for Qualls.
You got to be impressed with this Iona team, though, don't you, Doug?
Oh, yes. I can see why they're the favorites to win their conference, the Metro Atlantic. Again, 17-3 last year.
They're a threat every night because of their ability to score. They're changing defenses is an issue for people. And they're a matchup problem.
Well, count that. Madden will go to the line and foul on Amayo.
It was interesting. I was visiting with Tim Cluse before the game and asked him about philosophically playing fast. What are the keys? He said really 3 things. Being committed to playing fast, being able to make shots, and sharing the basketball. And you see, for Arkansas, it just gets tougher with this non-conference schedule. They've already been to SMU. They've got this tough Iona team here today. Then they go to Iowa State, to Clemson, and then have Dayton, who's terrific, Archie Miller's team. Mike Anderson challenging his team with this schedule. Every one of those games can look good on the non-conference resume if they can keep getting some more wins. Already won with SMU.
Yeah, I will be watching that game on Thursday at Hilton Coliseum in Ames. And Amayo had to alter that shot because of Portis. who now has a double-double. We'll double check, maybe 9 rebounds now, 11 and 9 for Portis. Madden, who has the ball, has had a heck of a day, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Inside a minute to play, and Arkansas about to go 6-0 for the first time since 1997, 1998.
This is definitely Mike Anderson's best team at Arkansas, and a team that's going to compete at the top of the SEC and be a problem every single night. Their opponents really showing a lot of maturity tonight.
Foul up front on Watkins. Again, Arkansas came in, Darren, leading the Southeastern Conference in 6 different categories: points per game, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, assists, steals, and turnover margin. And today's game will only enhance all of those categories.
And the two that stand out the most are that turnover margin, because they turn so many of them into points, and the assist numbers, averaging over 20 assists a game, close to 22 actually, and that's really impressive. Makes them very hard to guard. But as we've already talked about, Doug, so impressed that when they knew they needed baskets and need to get settled down offensively, they played through Portis, they played through Qualls. They're 2 studs. That's what it's going to take for them to win close games in the SEC.
Watkins pulls it back out. It's been fun spending 3 days here in Fayetteville. Getting with Mike Anderson and his staff. I've known him for years. And they are cautiously optimistic. You know how coaches are, Darren. You know how you guys are.
Never satisfied.
Yep. Madden knocks down another one. And time will tick away on an impressive show. Iona hung in there for a while. But too much Arkansas as they knock off Iona 94-77. The Hogs go to 6-0 on the season. And Iona, impressive in their own right. They are going to be hard to handle in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. But Mike Anderson and company, all smiles. And why not? Very impressive. Not only offensively, they scored a bunch of points, but defensively, this is more what Mike Anderson's been hoping for 4 years.
Well, I think the important thing, Doug, is they're learning to play the way you have to in close games to win. Tough defensive stops in the half court, offensively playing through your stars, Qualls and Portis. They've shown a lot of maturity, not only tonight, but in their game against North Texas on Friday. This is a team that's going to be very dangerous as they continue to grow.
Now 6-0, number 25 in the country, going to Iowa State next Thursday. That is going to be tough. The SMU win was impressive, but if they can go to Iowa State and knock off the Cyclones, that'll tell me something.
Well, they'll really be rolling at that point. And then also at Clemson, a tough game after that as well. This Arkansas team is for real, and they're going to keep getting tested before they get into the SEC.
Well, 4 starters average double figures, and what do you do after a big win? You go over and say hello to the legend. Nolan Richardson, still an important part, an important cog of this Arkansas family. That's what it's all about, Darren. It's a family. For Darren Horn, I'm Doug Bell saying so long from Fayetteville, where the final again was Arkansas 94, Iona 77. Coming up next, a replay of last night's Iron Bowl. Auburn, Alabama. That was exhausting. Enjoy it, everybody.
Auburn won the toss, and they want the football. The ball is